Gonzalez, 94 games with the Pirates last year to 270. Playing in game number 19 this year with Pittsburgh. 3-2.
3-2.
And it's held on to by Contreras. Peralta strikes out Gonzalez. He gets 3 in the opening inning, and now the Brewers go to work on offense.
Get the drink that gets you at Sonic.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the cars you want at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Get 0% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue, or get 0% APR financing for 60 months on Pathfinder.
Hey! This $5 Mega Millions game is super exciting!
There are prize multipliers built into every play. So the lowest price you can win is $10.
Plus, it has bigger jackpots more often with better chances of winning!
$5 Mega Millions really is something to shout about. It's available at Wisconsin lottery retailers near you.
This one
And this
is.
one.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend designed to hydrate better than water.
Come on.
Made to rehydrate,
Is my
replenish,
phone need a fucking update?
so you can use from sweat and earn points in history.
Wait.
Is it in you?
Little League
Nope.
night at the ballpark. Great parade before the game with all the Little League teams that were involved today. Brewers coming up. Pat Murphy and his squad trying to even up this series with Pittsburgh Pirates. Been great against Pittsburgh since 2019. Way better than the 500 average, almost a 750 winning percentage.
Damn right.
Brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. A lot of the usual suspects. Reese Hoskins is back in there.
Bruce Hoskins is back in there. Sal Freelick up to the plate.
And the first pitch is a strike on Sal Freelick.
First pitch is a strike right there. Sal Freelick.
Start this year, 394. His earned run average. Doesn't get a whole lot of runs so far. One of the fewest in all of baseball. A little over 2.5 runs a game. Say that about a lot of the starters for the Pirates these days. They can start number 5 career against Milwaukee, currently 1-2.
Freelick took a strike on the edge. He's not going to blow you away with his stuff. 90, 91, if. Good breaking ball, though.
He mixes it up pretty well. 4 different pitches.
There's one that Freelick pokes to second base. It flipped to first just in time. And Freelick is out. Defense behind Heaney, they're going to be busy.
Yeah, third in the National League double plays. They turned on double plays. Frazier, Cruz, and Reynolds in the outfield. Keep Ryan Hayes in third. Spencer Horowitz at first. Up the middle, Isaiah Connor Falepa at short, and Nick Gonzalez at second base. Henry Davis, who did not catch last night, behind home plate.
Former first rounder Henry Davis, as Jackson Churio digs in, he has been dynamite against lefties all season. Trying to find a way to get himself on base. Last 4 ball games, he was really the only guy that didn't do a ton in that Twin Series. And he keeps it up. O'Neal Cruz saunters over and makes the play for out number 2.
Howdy, Daniel.
Here's Christian Yelich. Good one down the right field line for his 15th home run of the season on our Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run counter. At the time he tied the game. His second hit of the night. He's got a 7-game hitting streak going and just continues to roll.
They hit a 3-0 pitch. It's unusual to see Yelich attack a 3-0 pitch.
Heaney delivers a strike. Heaney, a former teammate.
Yeah,
Christian Yelich.
2 outs.
His first year, 2014. Been with a number of teams throughout his career.
Ball.
The Texas Rangers had arguably his best year as a Dodger a couple years ago.
Yeah, well.
Angels, Yankees, Dodgers, Rangers, first year this year with the Pirates.
And hit on Yelich.
pretty much all you're going to get out of Haney, 90 miles an hour fastball.
Rocks and deals on 2-1.
2-1.
There's the Arsenal 4.
And if you're brand new to the fans of Green Bay Packers, come on in. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Trying to sum it up. Shallow channel. Out number 3.
Two of the very best, hoping to leave as the undisputed champion.
This is MFN, the highest level.
A true super fight.
So devastating. This is International Fight Week. I am so
Ha!
up for this fight.
When it comes to your wireless plan, don't settle for less. Get more with a free 5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk. More ways to connect.
I love you.
More reasons to share. And when you spend less with Straight Talk, you can get more moments to yourself by getting something for them. Switch to Straight Talk and get a free 5G phone on us, on America's most reliable 5G network. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
This is the legendary light beer. If this can could talk, then it tells stories. And if you've had one, you probably got a story worth telling. Here's the 50 years of Miller time.
On a warm day, you want two things. A refreshing drink made with real fruit juice like Simply Spiked Lemonade, and a way to get cool. Oh, you can leave it open. Simply Spiked, made with real fruit juice.
Freddie Peralta back on the mound for the second inning. Brewers and Pirates here. And an update for you. Brandon Woodruff scheduled to make his next rehab appearance this weekend with the Nashville Sounds. That'll be either Saturday or Sunday. They're hoping that'll be the final tune-up, hopefully around 80 pitches for Woodruff. He felt really well after that sim game yesterday, guys. 4 innings and 60 pitches for him. Now, it's not so good news for Garrett Mitchell. He is seeking a second opinion for that left shoulder. It's the same shoulder that he had surgery on back in 2023. He returned here to Milwaukee after sliding into first base with the Nashville Sounds on a rehab assignment. And so he had another MRI done and was seen by the team physician, Dr. Raj. And unfortunately, he's been diagnosed with a bone lesion, which means that there's some concern that some of those anchors in his left shoulder from his previous surgery may have become dislodged. So the recommendation is to have another surgery on that left shoulder. So Mitchell is going to go to LA and see his surgeon, Dr. Neil Elatrash, and get another second opinion. So we'll see what that verdict is for Garrett Mitchell, but certainly just a tough setback for him, guys.
Ball
It
outside.
feels like for Garrett Mitchell, the things continue to pile up for him, especially with that shoulder issue. It took him basically an entire season to get through that. 2023.
On the injured list with an oblique. It's not one thing, it's another for Garrett Mitchell. Feel bad for Kip.
Horowitz pops it up and out of play.
Pops it up out of play.
The broken bone in his hand had cost him a couple of months.
There's so much ability, so many ways he can help you win, just can't stay healthy.
So off to a pretty good start with the Brewers this year until that oblique issue. Good news for Brandon Woodruff, though. 2-2 to Horowitz. Sprayed foul. We'll do it again.
That's that fastball up in the zone, 95 to 97. Very effective up there.
Yeah.
Horowitz, couple hits last night, and he will go the other way. It's off the glove of Durbin into left field. A base hit for Horowitz. Would have been a tough play for Durbin, but one
Yeah, it would be.
Before. Yeah, change up. We'll change up, and Horowitz hit it pretty well. He stayed right on it. One hopper, kind of a tricky play for
Tricky.
Durbin. We've been talking about Brewers defense, how good it has been when we came on the air. Last 30 days, the Brewers have only committed 6 errors. A lot of their errors this year came early.
The Brewers have been significantly better the last 2 months as this one's hit to the left side by Ryan Hayes. So here come the Pirates. They had 14 hits yesterday, which is 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, but Hayes is starting to swing the bat better.
That third baseman, who is about as good as it gets at third defensively, 91 miles an hour that time, and he finds a hole in the left field. He doesn't have a whole lot of power, only 2 homers. Unusual for a third baseman.
Unusual, you would say? I would say,
Here's Frazier.
It's Frazier.
Foul territory in the seats.
Souvenir ball.
We talk a lot about Brian Reynolds being a thorn in the Brewers' side. Adam Frazier has been that too.
Yeah.
Huh.
You see the plan against Freddie Peralta attack early. Keep Brian Hayes at the first pitch. Frazier swung at it.
Peralta, a guy who gets ahead of time. It's got to be a quality pitch right out of the gate. Can't just leg it in there and expect him to take it.
No.
That's way outside with a changeup.
Way outside with
Frazier
the
was
change.
7 for 14 against the Brewers in their previous 4-game series out of Pittsburgh. He was at second base every day. Today he's out in left. Career .313 hitter against the Brewers with 8 homers and 40 driven in. And there's another base hit.
Another base hit.
Going to hold the runner at third as Churio comes up thrown. It's going to be cut off by Hoskins. The bases are loaded for Pittsburgh.
Bases all juiced with Pirates. I'll be right back. Kenneth, you watching the stream? Just keep it clean.
And hitting a line drive in the center.
The Pirates threatening here in a big way in the second inning, and William Contreras out to chat with Peralta for Henry Davis. Davis, a former #1 overall draft selection back in 2021, has really yet to hit his stride offensively in the big leagues, hitting his .188 this season.
Yeah, on base percentage only .261. Not getting hits, not walking much.
He's at the plate against Peralta. That's inside ball 1. Davis 0 for 3 lifetime against Freddie Peralta. There were a couple of at-bats the last time Freddie faced Pittsburgh. On the ground at third, they're going to go home and get 1. No return throw, so at least they get the out of the home.
A good decision, easy out of home plate. And maybe Durbin didn't think it was hit hard enough to get the double play. Swing goes, gets the lead runner. Good decision by Durbin.
So 5-2 on the putout. It only took 2 pitches to do it.
Hit a little bit harder. I think they might have turned 2.
Kiner Falefa double play still in order. Kiner Falefa 1 for 4 had the decisive RBI triple last night. Ball foul. Good changeup on the inner part of the plate. Strike 2. Perfect.
A little bit off the edge.
O'Neill Cruz on deck, 1 away. 0-2 to Kiner Falefa. Foul.
Trey's already given up no 2 hit. That was the Reynolds. That pitch a little bit too good.
Got him. Curveball, and Freddie Peralta dials up a big strikeout.
Big strikeout for Freddie Peralta.
Ready. Check it out. Perfect pitch. Didn't have to be a strike. And he got him to chase. Good pitch.
1 more out to get it. And it's O'Neill Cruz who struck out on a changeup back in the opening inning. Strike one on the inside corner, 97, a little extra from Freddie.
Perfect spot for it.
No out situation. There's strike two. That corner is open for business tonight.
Yeah, Ryan Wills is getting a little bit off the corner. Throw another one a little bit further away. See if we'll chase it.
A few moments later.
Where did that one go?
Bases loaded, 2 strikes and 2 outs. O'Neal Cruz waiting on Freddie.
Yeah, waiting on Freddie.
Tried the curveball. One, two. Line to left, coming on Collins, and he'll slide and make the catch. Bases loaded, nobody out, nobody scores against Freddie Peralta. Talked about the defense in the open. It's the outfield that comes through. Isaac Collins.
A few moments later.
Result in and out.
You need a team who knows how to handle trucking cases and gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. There's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
What do you do when things get tough? You don't give up. You stand your ground. If you've been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer and have tried hormone therapy, ask your doctor about Pluvicto. Pluvicto is not chemotherapy. It's a different treatment that targets PSMA-positive cells. It's now FDA approved after 1 hormone therapy and before chemotherapy. Pluvicto involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm. Drink plenty of fluids, urinate often, use contraception, and talk to your doctor about ways to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment. Pluvicto can cause low levels of blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding or bruising more easily, an infection, or changes in urination. Side effects include decreased blood cell counts, tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, joint or back pain, and constipation. Ask your doctor about Pluvicto, because every day without cancer progression is a victory.
I use PayPal to buy this ticket. I'm paying it all the time. No fees.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, sir. No score in the bottom of the second inning. Isaac Collins with a great catch right to end the last inning. Go inside the plate. Brought to you by Freighter, the Medical College of Wisconsin.
Play a little bit deep, but you have to do against O'Neal Cruz. You got a good jump on it.
Yeah.
First slide and able to make the catch relatively easy out there in left field.
Man, everybody.
Defense wins you game. Defense, good pitching. And Freddie Peralta with Chris Paul. Well done.
Got a ground ball with the bases loaded and out at home. A strikeout, that was critical. And then the sliding catch. Now Contreras takes ball 1 barely. And then the sliding catch. Contreras 2 hits last night. There's a strike right down the middle.
There's a strike right down the damn middle.
Brewers trying to strike first. It was the Pirates that led in the opening inning.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, no, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. No.
Nobody scored it.
Okay, the computer's working. I don't know why my phone ain't working. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes.
Check out tonight's Verizon Reliable Performance Rock. Last 8 ball games, a 364.
Contreras.
The opposite way, too.
Bum, 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 bum.
Got him on the pitcher. That's the key. He's got to be sick. And now hitting straight. Left-hander on the mound. Get it by the pitcher.
Yeah.
Falls off toward third base. You get by the pitcher. Push it toward second. No play for anybody. They can drop it. With good speed at first base.
The speed at first base.
Pitcher perfect for Rex Strang, who was working on the bunting before the game. Trying to get and Reese Hoskins will dig in. Got the night off last night. Had a great finale in Minneapolis on Sunday, including a home run.
Trying to throw too many fastballs at 90 miles an hour. 3 different off-speed pitches. But he's able to keep it in the off-speed stuff. 90 miles an hour can play pretty well for you.
All back. Hoskins, a good rip.
There's a reason why a guy that didn't throw all that hard 90 miles an hour has led to 12 years. That's a fact that he got taken doesn't hurt at all.
Left arm will travel.
Yeah.
Pirates have lost 8 of his last 10 starts. He's going to go north of 5 1/4. Hoskins caught it. So
It's 3 distances last time out. 4 innings, 7 runs.
Four innings, 7 on.
The thing is, he's been great at home, and he already 3, but his ERA balloons to almost 5.
Ha! Yeah. Hey, Kenneth, if you Hoskins make it track. Why that go on the track?
Well, I collected one-of-a-kind Pat Murphy bobblehead giveaway this Saturday. That's courtesy of 20. There's 25,000 ticket advance in the gates. To get the bobble, grab your tickets today at brewers.com/giveaways.
There's Murph.
There's Muff.
Manager of the year plaque.
And there it is. Just so you know, the plaque is authentic.
And there's the read.
Good job, Rock. Verbatim. No action.
Verbatim. Swing and miss.
Credit to the word. Much like this plaque is.
Yeah. That's the desert back there. What about this one? Yeah. You're not taking this one like the cribbage board?
No. Well, you have 15 of those now. Up and away, throw down second base, and they're going to get Rice to run. Good throw by Davis. He cuts down Rice to running to end the inning.
Touchdown, boys. 2 and we have now total for the subscriber count 260. Making away 262. Just need 2 people to hit that sub. Can we do that today? Get to 262. And I just shut up.
Subway's foot longs are packed with protein, the ultimate BLT, or the all-pro sweet onion chicken teriyaki with 58 grams of protein. And now Subway MVP Rewards members can buy 8 foot long in the app and get another for just $1. Fuel up now in the Subway app.
Some people judge a book by its cover, and if you're not what people are looking for, you're kind of like a reject.
At school, it feels like everyone's staring at me, and I'm just kind of not really a person. Sometimes I can't believe they could be proud of me. I'm not proud of myself.
This was hard to that. Nobody was listening to me.
Think of our best times together. Let's do more of that. And I'll try to understand you more. And I'll try to do the same. Listening is a form of love. Find your ways to support your kids at SnugItOutTogether.org.
Brewers and Pirates back here at American Family Field, and it's our time to check in with Rich Schlesinger, the Brewers president of business operations at tomorrow. The young rookie. What can you tell us about the demand for tickets for one of the most highly anticipated games across all of baseball so far this season?
Yeah, it's, when we announced the matchup, we sold 3,000 tickets to $3,000. So tomorrow's game is essentially sold out in the stadium. It's a matchup for the ages, and two really impressive young pitchers at the top of the game. It should be a
Yeah, very limited availability for tomorrow. It's going to be a great atmosphere. And looking ahead from the weekend as well, it's going to be Top Dollar Happy Hour starting at 4:30. And we're playing with the Rockies, and then a post-game concert with your favorite Nelly.
Nelly, it's been great. That's going to be an epic evening. So, yeah, $5 beers for happy hour on Friday. Beach open early, 4:30. And post-game concert on Saturday. Can't forget about Pat Murphy's, all that.
Yeah.
So, nice weekend, Queen. And, we've got to catch some up, and one week at a time to do it.
Again, it's going to be a very, very great atmosphere here, guys, tomorrow. Highly anticipated that matchup between Paul Skeens and Jacob Mizorowski. High demand for tickets for tomorrow here.
Let's take it in town for tomorrow's matchup. There it is. They kept the outfield yesterday for a little bit of time. They're playing catch, basically side by side this afternoon in anticipation of that start.
Going to be fun. Mizorowski is actually a little older than Skeens. They both throw in the triple digits.
Mizorowski about 2 years. The catcher got and possibly looking for out number one. For the velocity, we're going to put some high octane stuff in both of these guys. You've seen averaging 100 miles an hour for Jacob Mizorowski. Skeens can get there too. The slider discrepancy is about 10 miles an hour. It's really incredible. The thing about Skeens is that he throws almost 7 of them for strikes.
And that's what makes him so good. I mean, you want to put it out there, but if you don't have anything else behind it, really hit it. They're going to hit it hard.
That's been the impressive part about Mizorowski too. It's not just one or two. That the pitch that he's throwing, the slider, the cutter, the covenant, the Miz, just to name it after him, because it's his own pitch. And the command that he has is impeccable.
Sometimes you watch it, they'll kind of lose the delivery a little bit. Go for a hair, and they'll throw 4 pitches out of the strike zone, and you think, so, okay, you know. Then it gets it right back. He hits it like he's been in the big leagues for 10 years.
He had one of the most impressive strikeouts we've seen in his last appearance against Minnesota in the first inning. Gonzalez. It's going to be a Castro. Who had seen a couple of these sliders before, and then he ends up crisscrossing with them from that. It takes a lot to have a major league hero look like that.
And again, that looks great when you throw it that hard. It's not easy to do.
Just bounce off the mound like nothing was different. Gonzalez took a curveball there.
Gonzalez took the good ball.
Pretty good because a lot of guys going to swing at that.
That 1-4 strikeouts for Peralta so far. Looking for a quick,
1-4
easy
strikeouts.
We'll do it again on 1-2 to Nick Gonzalez.
1-2 and Gonzalez.
Mizorowski wider and perfectly. And Skeens the only time he's pitched up 7 no-hit innings against the Brewers last year.
And Mizorowski has given up all of 1 hit. With 2 starts, it's like
1 to get. All right. Wall scraping homer from Matt Walter in Minnesota. 1 hit, he's given up 2 runs. Half swing and miss.
Half swing and miss.
Number 5 for
Got that clean inning. And that 4 hits, and we got one. And, well,
You can do it your way. Pick your ride. The time in your life. Water parks? On your wavelength. Boat tours? Your ship is coming. Dining? Eat your heart out. And then get your just desserts. Hop in a go-kart. Your chariot awaits. Find a wave pool and have your day in the sun. Wisconsin Dells. Do it your way. Plan your trip today at wisdale.com.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we'd love to see you.
I'll be right back, everybody. Go ahead and kick
Frozen custard. From the juicy bites to the sweetest scoops.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Your drink is waiting. By National Bank. Get it. Little League night, baseball, softball. Well, the kids in the ballpark taking this one. Nothing game as we go to the bottom of the third. Bottom third of the order coming. Starting with Andrew Collins as the plate and runs practice contest like. And Collins fouls 27 Class C leagues now. First for award, second in the big leagues is the
That's their game, though. They don't hit a lot of homers. Steal bases. Runners in scoring position, success.
You can go back to the ninth inning last night. Caleb Durbin went off the inning with a big hit against David Bednar. Tough to string 2-3 hits together in a row against Bednar.
They're thankful to really, I mean, the fact that come on, he wants to say because it was slid the bag, so you're about questioning whether he should have gone or not because he was safe.
Two on Collins.
When a team does extremely well, you've got to do that. I mean, that's the way it's scored runs. Bednar doesn't give up many homers. Doesn't give up hits when it matters. So you got to take advantage.
Strike three call. Collins couldn't pull the trigger. Second strikeout for Andrew Heath. Now, quick message for Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Here's Durbin. He'll take a curveball a little high. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0 on Durbin. Brewers have just the one bunt base hit against Heaney so far. Durbin, soft liner and left the base hit. Went out single for the second straight inning for the Brewers.
Little off the end of the bat on a fastball at 90 up and away. And Caleb Durbin waiting back on it enough and then on top of it. A sinking liner over the head of Patter Falefa.
Ortiz riding career high 7-game hitting streak. 1 for 4 last night. And a fly ball left. Well struck down here. Joey Ortiz, number 3.
Jumped all over that first pitch and rode it out of here. 90 miles an hour right down the middle. Crosshairs down the middle. Joe didn't waste it. A nice swing, but he's been swinging much better bat as of late. Got on that one.
It took him a while to get going. But once the calendar flipped in the month of June, he's been a totally different player. He's given you such great defense at shortstop all season long, but now starting to dial in the back.
Showing a different
Hey,
team.
if you want to,
That's regular baseball.
Start with that series against these Pirates. There's Freeling.
there's three lots.
Center, Cruz on his horse is able to make the catch just barely. I think
Just barely.
He takes it really easy out there. The long strides able to catch up. Check out in his swing. Right down the middle. You can't have a better swing than that. Good balance, good follow through, got some backspin on it. And
here's Sal. One of the deepest parts of the ballpark out there in right center. Playing at the opposite field. Look at the stride for Cruz.
they don't look easy, did they?
Caught it in the palm of the glove and almost popped free.
Right on the edge of the warning track, a long way to go, but it didn't look like he had much effort to get there.
The main reasons why O'Neill Cruz was moved off of shortstop. So they can let his athleticism roam out there at center.
Was it throwing arm? That's huge. Made it throw yesterday, pretty impressive.
That was a 100-mile-an-hour throw to the plate. And William Contreras beat on sacrifice fly.
That was really money.
Good throw.
Critical skills.
Swing didn't go. It's 3-1 on Jackson Churio. Just missed one last time up, fly ball to center. And that's ball 4. Hey, 3 walking on the Lions road trip did Jackson Churio. It's the second time that's ever happened for him in his career. And he's aboard for Christian Gilbert going to center his first time. Swing, miss at that slider. Now, during this great stretch that began with that series in Pittsburgh, 22nd of May. Batting average gone from 184 to 262. It's up and in. Another day at 263, so it's down 20 after flying out. 58-point game over the span of a month.
That'll all be holding been winning, right? As he goes, so go the Brewers.
Give him a lot of credit for figuring out how to be an everyday DH, too. That is not an easy thing to accomplish.
Sitting around in the dugout, going back in the clubhouse with video. Not as easy as it sounds.
And staying loose, too.
Here says he pinch hitting 4 or 5 times tonight.
Now the back had a good one. They had 2 and 2.
It's not an easy job either, pinch hitting.
In today's game, we're only seeing a starting pitcher maybe twice. So 2 coming to Yelich. Churio will have a head start as Horowitz will play behind Churio. Fly ball left, off the handle a bit. Frazier coming in, makes the catch. And the inning ends. Churio. The Spurs out in 2-0. His 3rd home run of the season. Lead it for Freddie Milwaukee.
My kids can't hide anything. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up. So an ultra strong has a smooth texture that's more durable. And better, so you can play. Enjoy the go with chocolate.
Okay. We have internet. You see.
It's all coming together.
When's the match coming?
Friday.
Tuesday. Curtis?
Next week.
This is nice.
This is nice. It's all coming together.
Connect first, act later. 7 minutes with Stop and Stop from Spectrum. Imagine to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet recently, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in history against the automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that caused injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Hackett Repair. They have no reputation. Hometown service.
It's usually just one person trying on shoes.
Discover doubles your cash back at the end of your first year, so I'm gonna use mine to get something from my beautiful stem cell line.
You learn math. Discover cashback match.
Jack Daniels starts here from cage with maple charcoal, the smooth Tennessee whiskey. They everything to their craft. That's what makes Jack.
Spectrum game reset. Brewers up 2-0 as we play the top half inning number 4. Joey Ortiz with that 2-run blast. Freddie Peralta gets back to work. He's got 5 strikeouts so far. Spencer Horowitz digs in and takes somewhere for ball 1. We have a special guest with us. You know him well as Tim Dillard. He's out on the points with us, looking over the top of his old haunts in that Brewers bullpen. Timmy, how you doing out there, buddy?
I'm good. The old stomping grounds. It probably doesn't recognize me as much as I recognize it, though.
You get a different perspective of that bullpen right now. Looking down into it as Horowitz hits one into right center. Back is Frelick, and he'll make the catch. Made up a lot of ground and able to take extra base hit away from Horowitz. Timmy had a good vantage point on the Joey Ortiz home run out there.
Absolutely. Right when I walked up, took one step onto the point out here, I see a home run go over. So I'm not allowed to leave for the rest of the game. We'll have to wait and see. But I've also seen a couple of good catches here out in the outfield as well.
So what is that perspective like for you out there, seeing the game from that direction? Usually you're from behind home plate, but what's it like from your vantage point out there? Very similar to when you were out the bullpen too.
Yeah, I've talked to guys around the league. When you're talking about the bullpen, there's good bullpens, there's bad bullpens. The bad ones, you just can't see the field. But when you're elevated here, like the Brewers are in the left center, you can see the whole field. Right now, I feel like I'm in the bullpen. I'm just extremely overdressed.
Yeah, how is it a little bit muggy out there, Billy?
It is. Roll these sleeves up, you know.
I'm surprised you got your jacket on. Can't you take that thing off?
Hey, when you dedicate to the craft, you got to roll with it.
That's, you know what, I've never seen you outside of that blue jacket either, so that makes sense. That makes sense.
It makes the man.
Well, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Keith Ryan Hayes. You know, Tim, as you progress this ball, you can see where Freddie Peralta is pitch count wise. He's at 60 right now. And take us into the bullpen mindset, right? You get your ace on the mound. There's a call third strike with a curveball, but when do you start getting yourself ready? When do you start stretching and thinking, all right, maybe that phone call is going to ring and it's going to be my name called?
Yeah, that usually starts right around the 5th inning. It also depends on the starter, right? If a guy's going to go 3 innings, if it's a 4 inning, if it's an opener. But right around the 5th inning, if you've never noticed it before, you need to look at both bullpens where you'll see guys doing all sorts of weird stretches, guys laying on the ground, throwing weighted balls against the wall, different ropes, guys in different positions. Yeah, foam rollers, you name it. These guys are all about getting ready so that it doesn't matter when, if the phone rings and their name is called, they can walk straight to the mound and start getting hot. But in every bullpen, Dilly, I mean, the group out there, there's different times when each one of these guys feel like they need to be ready. Like Trevor McGill doesn't feel like he needs to get ready until like the 8th, 9th inning, right? But the other guys, I mean, they know their role and they know the slot that they need to be ready.
Well, they do give you kind of a list of who's hot and who's not, but we know baseball. It can go any direction. As line drive right at South Freelick, it's a 1-2-3 inning. We're going to have Dilly out of the point for the next few innings. Get that perspective. It's 2-0 Brewers after 3.5.
Here at the Chocolate Factory, we stack our subs high with legendary flavors and fresh ingredients. Craving something bold? Try the blackberry turkey. Feeling saucy? Go for Capone's meatball. Or keep it classic with the Sicilian, the Chocolate Factory.
And now you have a better game plan for your retirement.
With all of life's curveballs, your travel budget is still steady.
My name's Stacy. I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020.
We were adopted in 2019.
And we were adopted in 2021.
We had a house, and it sounds crazy, but it wasn't a home. The one thing that Jake and Emma brought is it became a home.
When I met Dakota, he had just turned 14.
You weren't there for the first this and the first that. I missed the first words, but we got a lot of other firsts.
Watching her say, "Oh my God, I cannot believe I got my license," and she's like, "I'm passed," and I'm like, "Girl."
See them grow. It is.
They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Them.
You and you. Kids in the middle. What I thought was a complete life was nowhere near complete, but it is now.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Hey, start your weekend with a $5 happy hour at the Brewers game on Friday. Fans 21 and older can get any tap beer for just $5 starting at 4:30 up until first pitch. Stick around after the game for a Nelly post-game concert. Get tickets at brewers.com.
4:30 gates open. Nice. It's going to be great.
$5 beer.
Sounds tasty.
5 o'clock somewhere.
5:30 Eastern time when those gates open. That's going to be awesome. Plus the post-game concert. There's the 2-0 to William Contreras, and it is outside. 3 balls and no strikes. We got Tim Dillard out with us on the point. Andrew Heaney ran into some trouble in the 3rd inning, gave up a home run to the number 9 hitter, Joey Ortiz. What have you seen from Andrew Heaney so far tonight?
I think he's a guy that is running into a pretty hot lineup. He's kept them tame for the most part. But he's relying on over-aggression right there. You saw Contreras going after something away 3-0. He's being very careful.
It's amazing sometimes, Tim, how 90 miles an hour can play pretty well when you're working up in the strike zone and your other 3 pitches you're able to throw for strikes.
Well, he's a guy that was on a tear, right, at the beginning of the year, and then he got the last 10 games, has kind of, hit a tough stretch. But he's a guy that knows how to pitch, and he knows how he's perceived, kind of a softer throwing lefty, and he knows guys are going to be more aggressive because righties go up to the plate thinking, I have to hit this guy. He's not overpowering in that way, and so he plays off a little bit of maybe too much aggression at times.
Plays right into his hands.
Sometimes it's got to be tough when you're out there and you know you're not going to get a whole lot of run support. So the Pirates have 3 starters in the top 8 fewest run support numbers in the big leagues.
Nice base hit right there by Bryce Terang. He's 2 for 2 against Heaney.
Does that change it all the way you attack a lineup, Tim?
Well, I mean, if you go out there thinking that, okay, if I give up a run, I'm going to lose, that's going to be the wrong perspective to go out there with. But you're right. They got 3 pitchers that, we're talking the top, 7 in quality starts. These guys have been doing their job. Don't have a whole lot to show for it, but, you're a baseball player. You take a lot of pride in what you do. You prepare every game the best you can.
And here's Hoskins. And he takes outside with that changeup. And for Andrew Heaney trying to navigate through this red-hot Brewers lineup, I mean, Tim, you know that the Pirates are looking at what they did, what the Brewers did to Minnesota over the last weekend. And finale against the Chicago Cubs, too.
It's almost like video, right? You're looking at video of what the team's done over the last 5 games. I mean, you're just like, oh, no. Like, these guys are scoring how many runs on how many hits? You know, where are the holes? We just saw the 9-hole hit a 2-run bomb. So, like, who are you going to pitch around? There's nobody.
Well, how much does that play into what those guys in the bullpen are thinking about, too?
Well, go back to yesterday. I mean, it was pretty much a bullpen day, right? Starter goes 3 innings and then shuts it down. And, you know, they were really good. They threw their main squad out there to try to pull off the win. And that's what it took to outplay the Brewers yesterday.
3-0 is a strike. Hoskins did not have the green light there, 3-1. How does that trickle into the next day, too, for a bullpen?
Well, I mean, you know, interesting about the bullpen, the preparation for the next day starts right after the first game's over. Right when it's over, you start preparing your body, you start preparing your equipment, and you're trying to get right to make sure that when the game starts, you are ready to go. And it doesn't look like Trevor McGill's falling in love with the wall. He's just trying to stretch out everything.
A little bit early for it, but hey.
It takes a while sometimes, Rock. You know that.
Yeah.
On the ground foul outside of third. One thing that I've noticed about Trevor McGill is other closers in the league, they don't go out to the bullpen until the 4th or 5th inning. McGill is out there with the rest of the bullpen inning number 1.
I love it. Lead by example,
Yeah,
right?
new to the closer role, right? I mean, hadn't been a closer all that long. So everybody knows.
They walk across the field together before the starter at home throws the first pitch. I love that. The camaraderie. I mean, it's real.
3-2, Hoskins goes down the right field line, and that'll reach the seats.
So if you're a guy, Tim, that at the bullpen, and you really don't go down there for the 6th, 7th inning, you don't see a lot of guys walking across the field. Is there a secret passageway into the bullpen here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ballpark? You want to share that with us?
Absolutely. It's called backside Georgia reverse. You go down these steps by the mound, and you kind of trickle behind the wall there, and you jump on a little cart.
Here's a fly ball down the left field line, and it is going to be foul. Just foul. All right, so take us through the Jenga board down there. How do you get to the bullpen from the service level?
Yeah. Well, back in the day when Trevor Hoffman was here, he would jog out across the field in about the 2nd inning and shoot the breeze with us for a couple innings, and then he would jog back across the field, and then we wouldn't see him until it was time for the closer to show up, and then he would just kind of appear behind the wall and scare everybody.
3-2, that is popped up. Key Ryan Hayes makes the catch. Like the Wizard of Oz, you just appear, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, I mean, you're anticipating it because it's, you know, maybe the 7th inning, and that's about the time he shows up. I think he used to go and take a nap, but every closer is different. We saw Josh Hader. He would come out in about the 3rd, and he kind of was the guy that mentored Devin Williams, and he would come out about the 3rd inning. But I really enjoy the fact that Trevor McGill is going to be the leader of this bullpen, and he's like, hey, I'm going out there early. Let's go. And I feel like that is something to look forward to. These guys are going to look to him in the big moments, and he's leading by example.
1-0 on Isaac Collins. 2-0 now.
So you guys take pretty good care of the bullpen catchers too, though, don't you? I mean, take them out to dinner, and you know, when they used to have to pay clubhouse dues, I remember, you know, guys would pay the clubhouse dues for the bullpen catchers, and they had thankless work out there.
Think about the amount of pitches that those guys have to catch. The amount of people they have to warm up before games.
If starters need to throw, guys on the injured list, they need to get their work. They're catching for simulated games.
3-0 to Collins. It is ball 4.
You know who the bullpen catcher was when I played?
You?
Me. We didn't have that. We didn't have any bullpen catcher. We had me, the backup catcher.
And they know we're talking about him right now.
And the bullpen coach, in those days it was Larry Haney.
Yeah.
And he would catch. He was a catcher. Yeah. In his career.
Saw Christian Correa pop in there. He's one of the bullpen catchers. Ty Duvall and Adam Weisenberger. You know, your old teammates, Tim, a couple of times over.
Oh, yeah. Weisenberger. And Correa, those guys, I don't trust a lot of catchers, but those guys I always felt knew what they were doing because they paid attention. So I'm so surprised that these guys are now, helping some of these young pitchers navigate the big leagues.
Durbin takes inside. That's 5 straight out of the zone from Heaney.
Think about bullpen catchers. They know the routine of every reliever out there, what they like to do, how they like to start their warm-up. Everybody's different.
Durbin takes low again. 2 balls and no strikes. They also know how to catch pitches and make pitchers feel good, right, Tim?
Absolutely. Let them get glove pop.
Yeah.
There's a way to do that,
Don't drench your glove in water. There's a fly ball to the left. And it's hit a ton. And Durbin leaves the yard. 5-0 Brewers on Durbin's 4th. Not that one look out there from the point, Tim.
Pretty incredible. Throw a bunch of balls, you finally throw a strike, guys ready to swing. Launches. I think we got a good catch here in the upper deck. Bullpen just erupted. Everybody that's been hiding on the bench up underneath came sprinting out. Then they sprint back in to watch the replay on the TV.
What do you have, 6 in a row, 6 balls in a row? And really going to take one, but not there. Look at that bat flip. Nearly got it. Good for him.
Well, we've been talking about the Brewers bullpen for a while. You kind of think maybe the Pittsburgh Pirates bullpen may be loosening up here pretty soon.
72 pitches for Heaney, and again, that somewhat goes into the plan for yesterday's bullpen game, right? Who's available, who's not. Look at Durbin, number 1 in terms of RBIs, is Ortiz. Out to left again, headed towards the pad. Goodbye. Ortiz, 2nd of the night.
How about Aiden and I in the batting order tonight? 2 for 2, 3 homers, and 6 RBIs.
Yikes. It's all about the bottom of the order tonight for the Brewers. Durbin and Ortiz, table setters. And also the cleaners. Ortiz's first career multi-homer game. Going 2 on Sal Frelick. And a wave of the miss that gets away from Davis, but Frelick gives himself up, and the inning ends. Caleb Durbin, first of the 3-run homer. Joey Ortiz finishes the trick. First career multi-homer game for Joey.
Prime Day is coming July 8th through the 11th with great deals on whatever you're getting into next. What's the move?
There you go, King.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop 4th of July savings on Samsung appliances, like the all-in-one washer dryer with super speed, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction.
That was easy.
Get free delivery now at the Home Depot.
Bad news.
That's not bad news. That's really bad news. You need, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You can file a claim on the app.
That's really good news.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is the legendary light beer. If this can could talk, then it tells stories. And if you've had one, you probably got a story worth telling. Here's the 50 years of Miller time.
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. No, it's not. Now it is. No, it's not. Now it is. No, it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes a blue moon, and everything a little brighter.
Every Brewers run batted in this season. Northwestern Mutual Foundation is funding 5 hours of childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Milwaukee Brewers proud partner of Care Childhood Cancer. First pitch of the 5th inning. A strike on Henry Davis, and it's 0-1. Well, Ortiz and Durbin have all 6 runs batted in for the Brewers. They're combined 4 for 4 with 3 homers. Pretty good left side of the infield tonight.
Yeah, right. 8, 9 hitters.
Davis takes down him with a changeup. 2 balls and 1 strike. 8, 9, and 1 as Freddie Peralta needed just 13 pitches to get through the 3rd, 11 to get through the 4th. Been awfully efficient so far tonight.
Mm-hmm. Just got to pretend it's a nothing game.
That's what we miss. It's not always the case for Freddie Peralta, too. We've talked about it a lot. He's one of the leaders in Major League Baseball. Goes from 0-2 to 3-2. But tonight, it's a totally different story.
Yeah, sometimes trying to make that perfect pitch and strike a guy out as opposed to just maybe pitching to contact. There you go. There's the punch out.
Struck him out. That's the 7th for Freddie Peralta. Check out tonight's Potawatomi Casino Hotel Advanced Stat. It's the lowest strike rate by Major League starting pitchers this year. Freddie Peralta at 60.7 just in terms of getting strikes. It's odd to see a guy like Brady Singer on that list and Eric Fetty, 2 guys that pitch to contact a lot and rely on getting ahead in counts.
And Freddie will get some chase rate, too. I mean, I'm not sure how that constitutes, how that racks up on that list. I mean, is a pitch off the plate that's swung at, does that count as a strike rate? I guess maybe it does. But he will get some chases, particularly when he's ahead in the count. That slider's a really good pitch for him.
He's 0-2 on Kiner Falefa, struck him out on a curveball in the 2nd inning. It felt like Freddie, when he had the bases loaded, with nobody out in the 2nd, and got out of that with no damage done against him.
Strikeout ability gets you out of a lot of jams.
It's fouled away by Kiner Falefa. Felt like he really dug deep to get that final out against Oneil Cruz. And it was a great catch by Isaac Collins to put the inning away. It's jammed foul. Still no action in that Pirates bullpen. A little odd to see that. 77 pitches for Andrew Heaney.
They need some innings. Including Ashcraft, who started yesterday. It was 5 relievers that were used.
Did make a roster move before the game today, adding a fresh arm as Kiner Falefa somehow got a piece of that curveball. Added Michael Darrell Hicks to the bullpen.
Stratton sent down to the minor leagues. Who pitched last night?
Inning plus. A little extra 98. First time we've seen 98 tonight for Peralta. I would say that the Pirates bullpen is a lot less active than the Brewers bullpen. Swing and a miss. He blew a fastball by him. 8 Ks now for Freddie.
Another hot fastball. That's the money pitch for Freddie Peralta. Big velocity up there. No chance. Blew it right by him. Get that pitch down a little bit different. I mean, the guy's able to catch up to that, but up in the strike zone,
O'Neal Cruz coming up. He is struck out and lined out. Lined out with the bases loaded to end the second. And takes low. Now, Tim, from your perspective, in either bullpen, at this point of the ball game, if you're kind of a specialty pitcher, you start to look at different pockets of the lineup that you might be facing late in the game.
Absolutely, and you probably already know this before you step out into the bullpen, but then again, you got Charlie Green that would come over and say, hey, if we get to this inning, if the pitch count's here, maybe looking at this, or maybe you just get some chin-ups in. I mean, who knows?
After Uribe getting some work in with the chin-up bar.
How many can you do, Tim?
What's below zero?
Sub zero.
And I definitely wouldn't do it if I had a game to pitch, but hey, everybody gets warmed up in their own certain way.
I bet with a sport coat on.
Yeah, never.
Look out, ground ball on one hop. Ortiz fields, punts, and throws a dart over to first base to get O'Neal Cruz. 3 up and 3 down. I may do some push-ups in between innings just to make myself feel better.
This June at Potawatomi, find your boundless bounty. Play with your rewards card for entries, and each Thursday you can win thousands in cash and prizes. Boundless Bounty this June, only at Potawatomi.
A blind spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. Lease the Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month or get $1,750 bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Play ball, Milwaukee. Shop the latest in Brewer style, your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for everything.
Market, Eagles, Wisconsin Badgers, Brewers, Bucks, and the Packers. Rally House, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Shop your favorite teams in store and online at rallyhouse.com.
When it's time to celebrate, Pizza Ranch is ready. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
This June at Potawatomi, find your boundless bounty. Play with your rewards card for entries, and each Thursday you can win thousands in cash and prizes. Boundless Bounty this June, only at Potawatomi.
We're back at American Family Field, and the Brewers are proud to go beyond the diamond. From players to front office staff, the entire Brewers organization is stepping up, supporting areas of health, education, youth programs, and more across Milwaukee. So BCF and the Brewers always doing great work in the community.
Thanks so much, Sophia. Sophia, how do you keep loose in between innings, much like those guys in the bullpen?
Well, I run around the stadium, Jeff, so that's how I stay loose during the game. I get my steps in walking around the stadium.
I love it. Are you back in your friendly haunts down by the dugout now?
I am. I'm in my camera well office. But Tim's got a really nice setup out there. I was out there when you were talking to Rick.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Here's a base hit by Jackson Churio. So now I'm curious, with tomorrow's matchup with Jacob Mizorowski and Paul Skeens, Tim, we'll go to you first. What are you most excited to see in that next matchup?
Ooh, I mean, I'm just glad I got a ticket to get in, right? I got a multi-pass that lets me in so I can see it. But I just think they're going to be amped up. You know, this has become a thing, and I think both pitchers are going to be really trying to put on a show, honestly. So it's going to be good for baseball. It's going to be good for both teams. Can't wait.
This is really unprecedented stuff. I mean, we haven't seen two youngsters like this so early in their careers with so much fanfare go up against one another for quite some time. I mean, really, you got to go back to the early 2000s, mid-2000s, right? So young. Mizorowski just making his third big league start.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's going to be the key to whoever is going to be able to control their emotions the best. These guys they're reading things. I mean, they're listening to what everybody's saying, what an important matchup, and all the hype that's going to be going on. Before the game, during the game. Everybody excited. This place is going to be sold out.
Yeah, standing room only. 2-1 is inside. 3 balls and a strike. So even Pat Murphy was talking about that you can't go anywhere without hearing about the matchup.
Yeah, we heard Rick talk about, right, once the matchup was announced, just how quickly those tickets were sold. It's going to be a great atmosphere here tomorrow. And Pat Murphy echoed that. In his 10 years here with the Brewers, he can't remember a regular season matchup with this kind of hype and expectations. And, I talked to Miz earlier today, and look, it's going to feel probably really similar to his Major League debut. So he's got some experience of how to handle that, how to control his emotions. He did a good job of that in his debut. But, he's just trying to keep things the same. He's muted social media. He's trying not to look at any of the stuff. The notifications are off. He's just trying to stay focused on the right things, and I think you can really respect that from him.
We got a pitching change here. 12:30 for the pregame show tomorrow. 1:10 for the first pitch. The Miz and Skeens. Still a lot more game left in this one. Brewers up 6-0.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Need cleaning supplies? Stock up and save big on top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Receive $10 instant savings on a single qualifying purchase of $40 or more on Procter & Gamble products. We're your destination for everything electrical. Update to a stylish new dimmer or find the right USB outlet to charge your mobile devices. Get an 11% rebate on all outlets and switches at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Life is defined by moments. In those moments, student athletes at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater shine. With world-class facilities and coaching staff, we set our Warhawk athletes up for success in the classroom, in the community, and in competition. Through our championship culture, we prepare you to make an impact in the future. Learn more about the Warhawk Athletics family at uw.edu/athletics.
You combed through every last piece of evidence. You made the final, impossible connection. And all the while, you were soaking in the bath. Horrible. There's more to imagine when you listen.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Honda. Get up and go to your local Greater Milwaukee Honda dealer today. Brewers enjoying a 6-0 lead as we play the bottom half. Inning number 5, William Contreras digs in against the new Pirates pitcher. Just up.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hicks. And the first pitch to Contreras at 2 on, and nobody out is down.
Down and away.
See, his numbers with the Angels this year, big numbers. Earned run average over 9 in 6 appearances.
Hey, you don't like me, how's it going?
Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1-1 on Contreras. Strike out and fly out today. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
94 with that left fastball. On 1-2 on William Contreras. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Very, very outside of that sweep. 3-2.
Signed as a free agent by the Los Angeles Angels. July of 22 is not drafted. Worked his way through the minor leagues with the Angels. Now Pirate, West Virginia native. 3-2 pitch. On the ground, the third. Hayes has it. He's going to go to second. They get one. On the first, it's a double play.
Double play. Two away.
Jackson Churio.
They're pretty good pitch, a full count.
Oh, yeah, that too.
In front of it. They're picking on the wrong guy there. Brian Hayes, about as good as it gets at third base.
Yeah.
2 outs for Bryce Terang.
2 outs for Bryce Terang.
1 month from tomorrow, July the 25th, big happening at American Family Field as Bryce Terang fouls it away. Going to have a post-game home run derby, and this guy, Prince Fielder, is going to be a big part of it. That swing still was locked in, right?
Yeah, right.
Man.
Doesn't have the high leg kick that he used to have. But that's talking about big home runs. Prince Fielder hit a bunch of them.
Yeah, he did.
Season as a Brewer.
Only one Brewers franchise history. Did that bat flip, big league bat flip.
I'd say something like Gaten Fielder.
Fouled away by Bryce Terang, former teammate of Tim Dillard's. What do you got, Brett Stilly? He swings a bat like you and I would swing a football bat. So it doesn't surprise me. He hits the bomb that flips the way he does. Impressive.
Yeah.
Back to the backstop here.
Back to the backstop. One is going to score. 7-0 Milwaukee. Wild pitch.
We're looking at it just to try to think. Instead of she gets the run across that card, the heating is book is closed. That one is low again.
That one is low again.
Rough out from him. 7 runs and back starts for eight players.
Yeah, well, before I come back on the camera, folks.
Don't lose last meeting. Except all season. He's been 7 back-to-back out. 7.
7? Oh, boy. That's really bad. Right. Rose, get one on a wild pitch. 2-5. We go to the 6. There we go. Boo, there we go. Boy, speaking of Braves, I'll be doing the Bulls on the Braves again. That's in September or October, I think. But yeah, come on in. Come on over from wherever the hell you guys are watching. Yeah, well, no comment. No comment. Wisconsin Vision. Isn't that what they all say?
Sophia A. grade 4, because transportation was absent. Julio M. 6, because Wi-Fi was absent.
Because child care was absent.
Jacob O. grade 12, because housing was absent. Olivia H. Preston L. absent because healthcare. Anti-bullying was absent.
in communities, 99% of our students are present.
Joey Ortiz, the bottom two spots in the Brewers order, with a count of 6 of the 7 runs tonight. Meanwhile, Freddie Peralta is dealing against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Cody Peralta is dealing against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Fouls the first one away.
Yeah, I figured that Freddie was going to come up with a pretty good answer today, thinking, hey, what about me? I'm the guy here. That's just me thinking that out loud, but Freddie's not that kind of
Hey,
guy.
do you know if you can be live tomorrow, Legend Idol?
Freddie has pitched like it all season long. The best run average in the National League is
McCutcheon files it all away.
Guy. I want to talk about these two starters for tomorrow.
In the left, just over Jordan's squad. Facing for the head. They get stared at by Peralta.
The slider that time. Hey, make your Brewers players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2025 True Spirit MLB All-Star ballot. Daily, visit MLB.com/vote.
Freddie Peralta has been an all-star. Can't vote for pitchers, but you can certainly vote for your position players. With Travis, a couple of all-star appearances, same for Christian Yelich, including last year. Freddie Peralta, an all-star back in 21. And a swing and a miss with a good change.
Swing and a miss.
First 16 starts in 2021 to the first 16 of this year. Numbers a little down, but settled in. Very comparable.
He's been about as consistent as you can get, and you know what you like about Freddie Peralta the most? He doesn't just start. He's reliable. You can depend on him to make your starts every 5 days. He's in great shape.
Yeah.
1-1
to Reynolds. Base hit back up the middle.
Jim Reynolds getting a couple of base hits here.
Now the bullpen is starting to work for the Brewers. Robinson Risky, first man to start getting loose. And Tim, this is one of those pockets that potentially come up for a left-hander. Oh, it's Frazier on the horizon.
Absolutely. I mean, we're used to this now. I feel like Rob Strizzy throws every single day. Maybe he doesn't get into the game, but how many times did he get hot yesterday? 2, maybe 3. These guys are beasts. You know, it's not all glitz and glamour. These guys are rocking and ready, even if they don't get it.
What's that do? I mean, you get up and sometimes you don't come into the ball game, right? So what's the difference between bullpen bullets and live bullets in a game?
Nothing really. They keep it quicker on the home. I mean, Charlie Green probably has 2 to 3 clippers in his back pocket. He has one for one guy. If it's double barrel, he has 2 clippers, and if clippers goes out, he probably has a clipper back there. But all of this is long. They don't know how many pitches everybody threw. And then if they do get into the game and don't throw many pitches, they almost add that to what they threw with the catcher down in the bullpen. You know, there's a difference. You play catch, they'll tell you to play toss. Then they'll tell you to turn it up. They'll tell you to get hot. There's different lingo that they use for guys to get hot or stay warm.
But I think Pat's is a guy out there that when he gets loose, throwing max up bullets out there. He doesn't have to hot.
It does. I mean, sometimes you make one pitch away, you maybe one out away, or hey, you got next hitter, and there's a guy that has a full count. You know you're out there real quick, so then you throw as many hard throws as you can, and maybe something happens, maybe something really cool, like a double play, and you're like, oh, now let's get the pitch. You have to go sit down.
It's 1-2 on Gonzalez.
1-2 on Gonzalez.
Struck out twice in the ball game. How do you keep yourself loose out there, throwing baseballs and whatnot after you play catch before the game? You don't go play catch again, right?
Yeah, you go play catch early on, you tag deep, you go in, you get completely cooped off, and then, for me, I would just rub a lot of red on my shoulder and elbow, and probably both my hips, maybe a couple of knees.
Basically, the whole body rubbed it.
Yeah, a little bit. And once you start moving, that stuff activates, and I mean, you can't help but sweat. If you know the winter, you know it's pretty good out there.
Uh-oh, this one out to left field. Collins is back, and Gonzalez is a 3-run homer.
3-1 Jack.
Last night, he gets his first tonight. It's his third home of the season, and the Pirates are back at 7-3.
7-3 Pirates.
Walton retired 10 straight batters, and his night is going to end with one swing from Nick Gonzalez.
Who is this guy? My goodness.
Wow. Brad Murphy is going to make the call. Ron Strizzi is coming in for 5+ innings for Freddie Peralta. It's a 4-run lead on the 6th.
And nobody out.
You could score epic cash and prizes in the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from enchanted spins, unreal treasures, and boundless bounty come together for drawings where 300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. It all happens Friday, June 27. Your winner is waiting. Only about a Wallaby.
The deals are heating up during Stonehopple's summer sale. Start with 10% off the entire store. Living room, bedroom, dining, and so much more. Make your new room more affordable with Stonehopple's special financing, and you'll get a $100, $200, or $300 MasterCard to spend later. But hurry, just like summer, these sizzling savings won't last long. The summer sale, only at Steinhopples and Steinhopples.com.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop 4th of July savings on GE Profile Appliances. Sleek outside, 200 fence inside, and all-in-one laundry that can wash and dry in one machine. So cool. Get free delivery now at the Home Depot.
1 scoop, 2 scoops, stacked up high. Colors of joy reach for the sky. Classic cups, chocolate with at the Chocolate Factory or in for a treat. Scoop of happiness. Right at the Chocolate Factory.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Northwestern Mutual. That runs to a better way for money today. NorthwesternMutual.com. And by your Wisconsin Toyota dealer. Toyota. Let's go places. And on the way, Freddie Peralta wanted to end his appearance. Slider up in the zone on Nick Gonzalez. Hit it out for a 3-run homer. Now it's Rob Strizny. Will face Spencer Horowitz. And first pitch from Rob Z is a strike.
Yeah, let's miss on Sunday with the Twins. Got a couple of outs. And it did strike out a batter.
Huh. Yeah.
Up from the Yankees back in late 16.
Horowitz will pop up into shallow left center. Out goes Ortiz. Longer on into Ortiz. Making the
Catch.
Joey Ortiz became a multi-homer contest so far. Nice catch.
I think you go away from Horowitz. So the only guy that had a chance at that. How close are going to get there? Cheerio, nowhere close. See how deep the plane is, you know. Whatever. It's difficult. What you tell you how difficult that is. The infield, the head is bouncing a little bit, the ball's moving around, and he's able to make a catch. Good play.
Strizny retires the first batter that he faces. Now it's Keith Ryan Hayes. And that's a strike.
That's a strike.
1 out of 2, base hit, a strikeout. Final line, 5+ for Freddie Peralta, 3 runs on 6 hits. Struck out 8. Hayes fouls it away. It's 1-2. Just missed. Good pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They've got the catch percentage available for all types of players. It was a 70% catch for Isaac Collins, 15% for Jackson Churio. They don't even put a number next to Joey Ortiz.
Yeah, that's a long way to go. I mean, and not many guys going to be able to make that catch.
That's impressive.
Yeah. That's how good he's been. For the defense. How bad he can't hold the everything.
Yeah.
There's some things in this game that you control, a lot of things that you can't control. How you play defense is one of those things.
Brewers brought in 6 errors in the last 3 days. Pretty good.
And one of them was Sal Freeland was playing first base and couldn't scoop a ball in the dirt. First time he'd ever played first base. And the Brewers had scored 17 runs.
That's a time to make an error.
Yes. 3-2 on Hayes. Fly ball right side and in the seats. Well, the 6th inning. Each team has 7 hits in this game. Run short. Ortiz.
Run short.
I said that ball took a tricky hot one. He got into his belly a little bit, but it has such good footwork. He's always get himself in position to throw and get his feet up. Get a good hop and right on the money. They should love that.
And Frazier.
I'm Frazier.
So out of that foul. Like the Rockets last time, he's got a base hit to go along with it. And it's swing and miss.
Swing and miss.
He's got that cutter that he starts on that outside corner. Perfect match.
Got to chase that one off the outside corner.
He's one of the review forms. Disney has been awfully productive. The elbow issues a year ago. 9 appearances.
Man, I gotta take this.
On the ground short. Ortiz going to take care of everything together. Joey's
Dun 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 dun
Get this half-light exterior door for $2.99. Bring your project with our stock selection of true door locks. We have a variety of styles to suit your needs. Low entry door lock for $19.99 after 11 for
Big money, Emma. Man. No, yeah, that's good. And yeah. Kansas City 0, Tampa 4. Twins. Wow. Mom, we do a
I'll tell you what, I'm here at the point. It is crazy. I actually ordered some heat. Stay here too. Brewers keep scoring like this. You got some red wine coming your way? Yeah, here's the big question. Red wine or Twizzlers? Hot take. I'm red wine. I was Twizzler for so long, red vines. Center. And that is it. We'll get Sophia's putting up red line for Twizzlers.
Who's up at 4? Okay, everybody. 2 hours. Yeah. What do I want to do? Peace. See you guys in tomorrow. Or what is it? Tuesday? Either tomorrow or Wednesday stream. I mean Thursday stream. So peace.